What is up, guys? This is Merc with the mic, and this is another The MorphinCast by Cyclone Inc. I'm Merc with the mic. I'm joined by Tenacious T.
I'm always here.
And today's episode is Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue.
Lightspeed Rescue. You know, I hated the theme song in the beginning, but it ended up catching on to me.
You listened to our original cast, and you said you hated the theme song.
Yeah, no. I listened to the original cast too because I wanted to see how we sounded for this, and I was like, all right, I'm happy that we're actually redoing this. You know what I mean? And it's deserved. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like when we first started off, we did the
double shows,
the two shows, which really I felt like didn't give enough time to actually really dive down into it. So
yeah, but it also like we had a bigger space to do them. I think we did it slightly. We had a longer space to watch 2 seasons, but it right now is getting to a ridiculous amount of time to watch a season.
No, that's usually my last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Of the month, I cram it.
Same here. Like honestly, like in the last 2 weeks, I got backed up with so many things that like I had a force. I seriously watched maybe 20 episodes in 2 days.
That's crazy. I mean, I spaced it out this time. I was very happy that I finished it early.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wanted to get to other things, so
yeah.
You know, we're only doing 5 different podcasts.
Yeah. So yeah. I'm doing we're doing 5, but I'm doing 7. So it's like shit. But you know what?
Everybody
we have a good.
Go and check those out.
I think we have a good balance of everything. Honestly, I'll shout out to our other podcast that so far what we have right now. Shell Shock has a new episode, which is for the 2017 and Team movie. Our Gamer Rage podcast was our last one that we did about a month ago. He went through Mario 2. I went through Sonic Spinball. We talked about it. We gave our challenges, Paperboy and Spider-Man vs. the X-Men. We'll talk about that on Gamer Rage Podcast on episode 3 of Gamer Rage Podcast. We also have Not a Trekkie. Revenge of the Sith will come out the first week of July. We have Attack of the Clones up, and we're ready to go to the next round of movies, which will be the Disney era of Star Wars movies.
And he rolled his eyes while he said that.
I did. A little bit. And then we will have a shoot the shit episode like we'd always do to wrap up the sets. So we'll have that. So stay tuned for that. And and then the MorphinCast, we're going Lightspeed Rescue. For July, we'll be going Go-Go 5, which is the Super Sentai of Lightspeed Rescue. Depending on what Netflix deals with us, if Beast Morphers Season 2 is complete on Netflix, we'll be going to Beast Morphers before we go into Time Force. So it'll be one brand new season that no one has ever watched. We'll be watching that.
And it's nowadays, you know what I mean? It's not dated.
Yeah, exactly. So I watched some episodes. I did watch the big team up. I was a little slightly disappointed with the big team up. But from what I've seen so far of season 1, I did watch most of season 1. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a good storyline. I liked the characters. So I'm actually looking forward to going to that season.
I'm looking forward to it. The simple fact that my niece knows about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, like, she knew, like, us collecting the Lightning toys and stuff like that from Hasbro. When she saw the Beast Morpher toys that I bought, she was like, oh, she knew, all about them. So I'm happy to do that because it'll give me my niece something to bond on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So before we go into Lightspeed Rescue, I just want to give up some news that came out throughout the Power Rangers world that we have not even been able to cover because we haven't done a MorphinCast. I have mentioned it a lot on Express for a podcast, but this is the MorphinCast. This is all things Power Rangers. We talk about and discuss everything. So first things first, Dino Fury is the next season of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So that one's coming out later this year. There's a big rumor, I'm not 100% sure, that Billy is reprising his role as Billy Cranston.
Well, let's just hope he looks better than Austin St. John.
Oh my god. So I could talk about that too because I watched the episode. But Billy is supposed to return, but not like Jason, and then not like Tommy. Well, Tommy kind of, because he was a mentor in Dino Thunder, but he's supposed to come back as a mentor. He's supposed to be the creator of the Dino Fury power.
Okay, but he's Billy Cranston, though, right?
Yeah.
I remember him on an Instagram Live.
Yeah.
Saying, and he was answering a question from one of the viewers, and he was like, the only way he'll do it is if it's for a whole season, not like a cameo.
Yeah, he wants a story. He wants a full story, and honestly, I think that kind of got me wanting to watch this season more. If he does reprise his role as a mentor and as the creator of a fucking power, like of a power.
We haven't seen him since the end of Zeo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I felt like it's owed to the world for all the Billy Cranston fans out there.
There's things that I expect from it. I want him to talk about his experience in Aquatok.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. How was he able to make sweet, passionate love to an
Maybe
alien?
one of the Rangers is his daughter or son.
That's well, you know, if they're human, I'll accept that. But I don't want intergalacticals.
You want all the Galactica.
I don't. You know, he left because he fell in love with an alien from
the White
Avatar.
Ranger. She had power. She was a leader.
Yeah, well, she was badass, but yeah.
But anyway, so Billy's supposed to be reprising the role as Billy Cranston, and that'll be actually pretty. I honestly will be more excited to see it. I'll be
excited to see that too.
Yeah, so I watched the Beast Morphers big team up this last week, and I watched it on Facebook. Someone posted the whole episode on Facebook, so I watched. I was like, you know what, fuck it, let me watch it. So the thing is, you do need to watch the 2 episodes before this, because then it gives you a glimpse of why and how some of the powers happen and what they were doing, their plot, and how Goldar Maximus became of. So you gotta kind of watch the 2 episodes before. I didn't watch it. I kind of watched a clip of what happened, and pretty much he just picked up Goldar's sword and update his body into Goldar Maximus. That's what they're calling him, Goldar Maximus. I think he looks fucking badass. He looks kind of cartoony. I was fine with that, but he looks pretty badass.
I mean, you sent me a little clip of it, and it didn't look too bad.
Like I'm saying, the movie, look what we got in the movie, and so the least of them, it's my picks of Goldar is very limited. So, and then I like the fact that they didn't get the original voice actor, but they did get a guy that sounded similar, and he had the same speech impediment as he did. So the way he talked the same way. Like, damn you!
Well,
you jerk.
I'm excited. I'm excited to dive down into that eventually. So
you know what I want to see?
Stuff in the future.
You know who I wanted to see? A Rito Maximus.
A Rito Maximus? Be like a big ass skeleton head.
I think it would look badass if you think of his design and then with what they did with Goldar. I'm like, damn, he would have looked badass.
It would be funny if they thought that they were gonna get a Rito Maximus and it ended up just being Rito. Like, oh.
That would have been perfect.
I mean? That would have been, instead of like some amped up version of him, it was actually just him. You know what I mean? Like, fuck. Like, why did I get stuck here again?
Yeah.
That would have been cool.
So everyone,
they were all destroyed.
Yeah.
They were destroyed at the end of.
They were turned back because of the power of good took over. Because when Andros, thank God, broke Zordon's casing.
Fuck Zordon.
Yeah, that's early. Fuck Zordon. But yeah. So Dino Fury is the next season. We'll get that sometime later in like November. Rangers are supposed to end sometime in July in America, so hopefully we'll have a season before or after Go-Go 5, which we will be reviewing next time. A little news with Lightning Collection. They announced a full box set of the Psycho Rangers.
That's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
It's going to be expensive.
It's about $100, yeah.
I will buy it.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy it too.
I have to get it.
Yeah, I gotta keep the collection going.
Every time I catch up, man, more and more drop. It's annoying.
So, what's left? We didn't. The Green Psycho Ranger is a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. You have the Zordon and Alpha 5, which is a Walmart exclusive. You have the Putties, which was a Hasbro exclusive as well. And then you had Rita.
It's like a 2-pack.
And then you have Zed and Rita, which is a GameStop exclusive.
Yeah.
I have all those pre-ordered.
Yeah, I won't do the pre-order, but I will track them down when they come out.
Yeah.
I gotta find the what's it called, Battle of the Grid Big Ranger, because she looks amazing.
Oh yeah, the Ranger Slayer, yes. That's honestly, when I got that one, I honestly say that's one of my favorite ones of the Lightning Collection.
My bad, it's not Battle of the Grid, it was Shattered Grid.
Shattered Grid, yeah. Well, she's in Battle of the Grid as well.
Oh well, I don't really play that game.
It's a good game. I actually, honestly, I'm not a big online fighting game player, but lately I've been playing that out of shits and giggles, and I'm actually pretty good at it, and I've been ranking up pretty easily in it. So I actually I'll take an hour or two and just play that game, and I've been ranking up, trying to get all the trophies and shit. It's a fun game. They fixed that game so much, and it's such a big game now.
Yeah.
I'm actually very, very happy the way the game is now. And we have RJ, Scorpina, and there's one more that I can't think of right now. It's a Ranger that are coming for the DLC for the next DLC. I can't think of the other Ranger, but I know RJ is one of them, and that was the one I was excited for. I didn't care about the other Ranger.
Maybe one of these days I'll dive down into that, but
if
we get to we're eventually gonna, branch off onto the comics and the video games and all that. So that's probably when I'll dive into that,
Yeah. So so those are the updates of the Lightning Collection. The game is fucking doing great as well. If you have to get Xbox Game Pass, it is free on the Xbox Game Pass. It's discounted right now. Season 2 just ended. They have a Season 3 coming. Like I said, RJ is part of it. They showed a silhouette of a Ranger, which clearly looks like Scorpina. Like straight up looks like Scorpina. I was like, that's Scorpina.
We need a Scorpina Hasbro toy.
We do need a Scorpina Hasbro figure. There's a lot of Hasbros that I really want to see.
And I'm sure that they are going to do it eventually.
Yeah,
they're doing really good. Every time I go into the store, these shits are sold out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now they have an overabundance of, we couldn't get Magna Defender so easily when we were looking for it. Now it's all over the place because everybody's already got it. You know.
Yeah.
But they're killing the game.
So
and I'm really enjoying their work.
So my update of the three revealed for season 3 of the Power Ranger Battle of the Grid is the Red Samurai female Ranger. So his sister.
Okay.
She's one of the characters, RJ and then Scorpina. So it looks good. It looks fun. I'm excited to see
everybody check that game out.
Yeah, it's a fun game.
I haven't played the phone game in forever.
Yeah, Legacy Wars has so many fucking characters, so I can't even keep track of how many characters.
Man, I don't want to spend any money. I don't want to spend money on the game. That's the only way to get far in it,
Yeah.
I was spending money, and next thing I know, wow, I spent $75 in total on this game that I'm getting nothing out of. You know what I mean?
Not even getting free characters. They gotta buy another pack for it. Can you give me some characters?
To hook a brother up.
Give me the ones that came out last year.
give me the ones that are impossible to get, because that's what I'm here to.
Yeah, because now you have the Street Fighter Rangers. Then you have the, I think the debut of one of the, I think the Shredder Green Ranger is gonna make his debut on that game very soon. That's the one I want to see in the Lightning Collection.
Yeah.
I really want to see the Shredder Green Ranger. I really want to see that one. Anyway, all right. So that's our little news of the of Power Ranger news and everything like that. We'll start our verdict of the next season of Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. This is series number 8. Episodes were 40 of them. It aired February 12th to November 18th of 2000. Creators were Saban.
Yeah, this era, I was definitely fully out of the Power Ranger world.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I didn't even know that Power Rangers was still going at this time.
Yeah. So I'll give you a little synopsis, and then we'll start our review. Lightspeed Rescue takes place in the fictional city of Marion Bay, California, which was built on an ancient demon burial ground. When the demons threaten to rise again, a government organization called Lightspeed, headed by Captain Mitchell, recruited 4 civilians and his own daughter to defend the city. That's kind of like a lot of shit that happens in MCA.
Yeah, that's nepotism.
Yeah. You know what's funny?
I feel bad for her, though.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like he had, like, alternate, you know, like, he bred her to be a ranger and never told her that, you know what I mean? Like, what if she didn't want to be one? Like, screw you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, continue.
So Carter Grayson, the Red Lightspeed Ranger, was a fighter in the local fire department. He looks like, honestly, if you ever watched the Brett Favre Wrangler jeans commercial?
Yeah.
He looks like one of those guys.
Yeah, he has no sense of style whatsoever.
Yo,
I can't stand him.
I honestly, I feel like there is no way you can say that he was a teenager or in his teens.
No, none of them were teenagers. They were adults.
Yeah, so at least
they had a job. You know what I mean? This was work.
Yeah, he had to be a fighter. He was a firefighter, so he had to be like at least in his 20s.
Yeah,
at least.
They're not teenagers at all.
Chad Lee, the Blue Ranger, worked as a lifeguard and marine animal trainer at the local marine amusement park. Joe Rowling, the Green Ranger, he was a stunt pilot. Kensley Winslow, she was a Yellow Ranger, was an extreme sport athlete. See, I don't know where she lies into this whole mix. What, she just fucking crazy? So we need a crazy person in our team?
I don't know. She climbs mountains.
She
can
climb a
roller
rock.
Skates.
Better than
she can
anyone.
Climb a rocket. She can roller skate. She has to be a Power Ranger.
Yeah, and then
I think it was like the no fear factor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because she was like in extreme sports. You know what I mean? Like those, like free runners and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then Pink Lightspeed Rescue was a nurse and in practice medical arts. The 5 Power Rangers were aided by a team of scientists and an engineer led by Miss Angelina Fairweather, and operated out of the Lightspeed Aqua Base, an underwater military compound that also served to deter the hydraulic demons from attacking the basic directory.
Yeah, because the compound, the demons, they couldn't go in water. I don't know why they couldn't go in water.
Yeah.
I don't think they ever really
You
went
think they
down
tried?
that. Well, they sort of did. I recall them being in the water.
I just got a
towards
weird
the
picture
end.
in my head.
Shit is just I don't know why is water like their weakness.
I have a feeling that there was a time that all the monsters were together. They were just hanging out, maybe having a barbecue and the beach and shit. And one of them was like, "Yo," when they got really fucked up, "Yo, I dare you go in the water." And he died. And then he got trapped in their sea. He died, and they vowed never to go in the water again.
He was the first one in limbo. So basically, Mariner Bay is basically the Angel Grove of this town, of this city, which is on Earth. Because it's important to say this because the team up later, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They mention it, you know what I mean? The team up later is Lost Galaxy, you know what I mean? And they come back to Earth.
Yeah.
So, like, it's important to know that because we could have had Skull back, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, so this town was, like I said in the synopsis, was built on an ancient demon burial ground. Well, it wasn't their burial ground, it was like their land. You know
wasn't Shining the building like built on an Indian burial ground?
I remember it just being red.
Nah, it was like I think it was because even if you watch Dr. Sleep, it kind of goes more into where the building was built. It was built on an ancient burial ground, and that's why it's fucking haunted.
What, in The Shining?
Yeah.
No, it's I read the book and it didn't really have to. I don't know. It is sort of in a way, but it was more of a beacon. Like the house itself was more of a beacon. Like it opened up portals, kind of. You know what I mean? And all the shit got trapped inside of the house, like they couldn't leave. But in the book, it was more of an outside. There was outside things like the bushes turned into like beasts and stuff like that. It's a crazy book, but the movie was a lot better.
Yeah. So the 5 Rangers would be joined by Captain Mitchell's long thought to be dead son, Ryan Mitchell. Together, they joined the 6th Ranger. He would become the Titanium Ranger, and like traditional Power Rangers, they always have the 6th Ranger and all like that. But in this case,
not thought to be dead. They knew he was alive.
But in this case,
Captain
the
Mitchell
Titanium Ranger, Titanium Ranger was American made. It was the first American made Ranger.
And you can tell.
Oh, you could tell.
You can tell America did that one.
Yeah, you saw the duct tape and everything.
Yeah, no, it was funny. Like, there could have been such real potential with the Titanium Ranger.
Yeah, I think what happened is the fact that they had to cheap out because then they had to actually make scenes with him and the Rangers.
Yeah.
And it costs more for him to be added to scenes with the Rangers, as in just him being with the Rangers. So, I think that was the big reason.
What I noticed about this season, though, was that they didn't keep repeating scenes. You know what I mean? With Sentai, they actually had enough footage to like make it like move swiftly. Obviously, every time the swords come out, that's going to be the same repetitive video. But everything else I thought blended pretty good. Like perfect example with like Mighty Morphin. Every time the Dragon Zord came out, it did the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this, awesome. Like things were. Yeah, no, it definitely was. And I didn't mind it. Even when it was going in reverse, you know what I mean? It was doing the same shit. It was just a reverse video.
Going home.
But I thought that was really cool about the show, though. I noticed that this time around that they used a lot of Sentai, but they didn't keep using it. You know what I mean?
They had. I feel like they had to use their own footage because of the Titanium Rangers. So whenever for a fact that when he was a team up with the Rangers, they had to do their own footage. As in, there were a lot of Sentai-ish parts. Like I can actually see, you can easily see it because it's darker. It's slightly darker. It's slightly
gritty, which I love. I love the look of it.
And everything like that. So you could tell the parts, but you could see that there were a lot of American-made parts because of the Titanium Ranger. Whenever he was in, and he wasn't in the show that long either. Yeah, he wasn't in the show that well, and then also the Yellow Ranger, you could tell.
Like, oh my god, like he went off on his own thing, and it's like that's not what I wanted to see in the Titanium Ranger. You know what I mean? If you're gonna bring if you're gonna create a Ranger, you have him in there. He wasn't even in the show like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was more in the form of Ryan than it being in, which there's a reason behind that.
Yeah.
But even after that part was beat, he still never really morphed like that. He just went on sabbatical, looking, try to help the Rangers out, and like Abu Dhabi or some shit like that.
I think this season of Power Rangers, I feel the same way as we felt for Car Ranger of the Super Sentai. I think I enjoyed the villains a lot more than the Rangers.
Yo, and it's so funny. I completely 100% agree with you. And all the reviews and videos that I've watched of other people's, reactions and reviews of this season, it was the complete opposite. They loved the Rangers and hated the villains. I thought the villains was the best part of the show. They looked amazing. And they had, like, inner feuds with each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there was no definitive thing except for, Queen Banshira.
Yeah.
That was probably, the main antagonist that wasn't even there for most of the time. And then it was just a bunch of henchmen trying to fucking get shit going and then bumping heads with each other and not trusting each other. Like, I thought their story was awesome. Diabolical is definitely now on the top list of henchmen in my book.
He was a fun villain. He
looked amazing.
Yeah. He got fucked around a lot too.
Yeah, no, he definitely did, and he had a heart,
Yeah.
and he actually chose the Rangers over Queen Banchera, which is fucking awesome in my book.
He got tired of being stared at with her nipple.
Yeah, he literally said, "I hate that." Well, he didn't literally say it, but he's like, "I hate that bitch more than you guys, so I'm gonna help you out." You know
that's what I heard.
I thought that was awesome, but we'll get into the villains and after we do the Rangers.
So our Rangers, in hand, we had the red Carter, the Grayson, the red Lightspeed. You had Chad Lee, the blue. You had Joel Rawlings, the green. You had Kelsey, the yellow. You had Dana, the pink, and you had Titanium Ryan.
Yes. How did you feel about Grayson as the Red Ranger?
You know who he reminded me of? And honestly, I could say his acting wasn't the greatest, but he did what he did. But as a leader, I think he was up there. I say he would be probably under top 5. As a leader, I think he sacrificed more. I think he put himself more into that. He reminded me of the leader of O-Ranger.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that. Because the O-Ranger leader, he wasn't the focal point. You know what I mean? He was just the leader. He just held shit down.
Yeah.
And he was the Black Ranger. If I remember correctly.
No, O-Ranger was Zeo. So the Red Ranger was like kind of like the general, and then he recruited the other Rangers, and so he was the leader of that group because, he showed the leadership. He showed that he cared for his team, but he also went the extra mile to make sure his team was protected as well. And that's something kind of Carter did. I think Carter was a decent leader.
I thought he was a good leader, but he was just boring and bland to me. You know what I mean? Like
he was the Cyclops of Power Rangers.
He was like, I don't know. I hated his style. All he did was wear that red fucking long sleeve and those blue regular jeans. It pissed me off, bro. Like, at least change your fucking clothes, man. You know what I mean? And the same thing with the Green Ranger. He always wore that damn cowboy hat and that fucking vest.
He got
pissed me off. Like,
but
whoever did the casting, not the casting, did the wardrobe on the show, I just want to smack them in their face.
I feel like the repetitive of clothes and shit is more on the eyes of the viewer, of the kids. Like they could see who's who by what they wear without having to be a Power Ranger all the time.
Yeah, well,
and they were funky.
I don't know. I know you like the jackets. I
did like the jackets. I will rock one of those jackets. I like those jackets.
I'm not the biggest fan of the jackets.
No?
You know what I mean?
I like those jackets.
To me, it is. I grew up in a household of people that were firefighters. You know what I mean? So they had like jackets and shit like that. You know what I mean? And they remind me of our Metro North winter coats.
I actually like the jackets. I thought they were cool. I thought they had.
I mean, I don't have anything against them, but I wouldn't wear it.
Yeah,
you know
I'll rock that jacket. There's a few of them that I will rock, and I think Lightspeed I will rock. I like when they actually have the costumes outside the costumes. Like they actually have a team uniform kind of thing. Like Space had a team uniform with the gray gray tights and shit.
See, I would rock Space's outfit before I rock the jacket. I like Space's outfit.
Yeah. And then I like that. I like the uniform thing outside the Ranger form kind of thing. But the Rangers themselves, I thought I think the Green Ranger was my favorite Ranger of the series. And I think that was my original take on this and before, because I think he had the most personality. I think he did what we would do in that sense.
He definitely did. I can give you that one.
And he was fun. He was a fun character. He was always the kind of.
There was a lot of episodes based around him.
Yeah, and he was a fun character. He was a good character, and honestly,
always hitting on Fairweather.
And I think honestly, if we did like the top Green Rangers and shit like that, he would be in that top 10.
No, he'll be in the top 10. Yeah. I wouldn't put him in 5 yet.
No,
you know
he'll be in the top 10. Wait,
we don't have
think about
we
the
have
Green.
enough seasons. I don't think we there's enough seasons with Green Rangers in it.
No, we don't. We don't have enough seasons.
You know?
It'll be like 7 people.
This season we didn't have a Black Ranger. You know what I mean?
But it's crazy.
But in the Sentai, The Yellow Ranger's a boy, right?
Yeah, it is.
God help me.
He was a cop too, so that which hence the badge on its head. So the badge on the head was represented a different faction of I guess protecting the city. The red was a firefighter. Yellow was a cop. Pink was a paramedic. Green was an Air Force, and blue was like a Navy SEAL.
You want to know what bugs me about the Blue Ranger? I didn't mind him, and I didn't think he was all bad or anything like that, but he had some weird storylines, man. He fucking fell in love with a fucking mermaid, bro.
Would you?
You know what I mean? Like, well, she was hot. She had big boobs. You know what I mean? Would have you fell in love with her if you would have met her like that? This ain't the movie Mermaid, bro.
I'm just saying. You're not answering my question.
I wouldn't fall in love. No, I would say, let me see your titty. That's about it.
What if she gave?
Because what if she smelled like fish? You know what I mean? She is a fish.
But she has boobies.
Yeah, but she smells like salt water all day. Her hair would be frizzy. It'd be all messed up. You know what I mean?
You probably enjoy it for a little bit, and then you're like, you know what? You're getting in all of my clothes.
Yeah, get some Lagunitas in me. I'll sing a different tune. I set my standards low, so I'm never disappointed. But also, like, he's supposed to be this karate master, and I did not see anything special with him and his karate skills except for that one episode. You know what I mean? Like that bugged me a little bit. He was more of a SeaWorld dude than he was a karate guy.
Yeah.
He should have been out there busting ass, and you never saw really any epic fight scenes with him just as a ranger. I mean, not in the suit.
Yeah.
But as the person, like, I felt like they failed on him. They could have done so much better with him too.
Yeah. Kensley too. Kensley has some weird storylines. She was okay character, but she also kind of fell in, like, she was just the other chick in the team. She was
alright too. She was alright. I don't want to. She was alright.
I think
I wasn't really wowed about the Rangers. I liked them like together, but individually, I felt they went flat.
Yeah, that's understandable. So let's talk about our villains. Well, then before we go into Captain Mitchell, which was the leader, Angela Fairweather, which she was pretty much the creator of all the shit that they'd used.
Yeah, no, she was badass. I liked her.
I personally, honestly, what was your favorite Zord in the series?
I like the Train Zord.
That was my favorite one.
And the reason why I like the Train Zord is because it was actually simple.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it wasn't anything dramatic, it wasn't too big, it was perfect, I just didn't understand why it was a train.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm probably gonna get that answer in Sentai.
Yeah, because you actually see them fully control the train and how the traffic.
So,
yeah.
Well, where does them being underwater and having a train to do with any of that? You know what I mean? Like, it just didn't. It didn't make any sense, but looking wise, I thought it was exactly what I needed for a Zord. Nothing dramatically over the top, built to last, because it lasted the entire show.
Yeah.
Usually the Zords get knocked down and blown up, and then that's the reason why we get another Zord.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I that is probably that would definitely be my favorite Zord.
Yeah, that was mine as well. The other ones, I didn't like the long arm shit. I didn't really care for that. You actually see more of that in the Sentai of it grabbing shit with the long ass arms. But I didn't care for that one. I didn't care for a lot of the other Zords. The train one was the only one, and I was like, why are you not using this all the time? Like, it has so many guns.
And the reason why the Train Zord is so superior to the other ones, I can't even really remember the other ones like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I remember them being there. I remember there was 3 in total.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the Titanium Ranger, he had 1.
Yeah.
And then the other one, and then the villains took over it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what did you think of Captain Mitchell?
He was an alright character. I felt like he had way too many issues for him being a captain. He forgets a lot of shit for him being a captain. he was a little careless.
He reminded me of the general dude in Lost Galaxy.
Yeah, I could agree with that. Like, he kind of had the same
But
feeling.
he had more story. Like, a lot of shit was on this guy's shoulders. You know what I mean? Like, he did a lot. A lot of episodes was based around him too.
Yeah. I didn't mind him as a character though. I as a mentor, as a character in like that sense, I think he was one of the stronger ones, in the sense. But he did some weird shit too.
Yeah, no, he definitely did. But mentoring wise and building their confidence, and pushing them and training them, because like that was their job. They weren't just doing this to do this. Like they were all appointed. They were sought out to be these Rangers. They weren't hiding in the shadows. People knew they were Rangers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, I liked what he put them through, like the training courses. Like in the beginning, you know, they were doing like the military stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And jogging, and made the Green Ranger. He made him run 10 miles because he tried to hypnotize him and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like I like that aspect of him. I think that the whole him and his son thing, like I like that story of how that happened, but they dropped it writing wise, because they could have utilized.
I think they
so much better.
I think his son was very underutilized in how they made him. Honestly,
it was 2 episodes that he was bad. It was 2 episodes.
Yeah.
That should have been the ongoing thing throughout the whole show.
Like I agree with you when you said like he should have been the villain. He should have been a villain.
Yes, and Captain Mitchell should have been fighting to save his son. You know what I mean? Like, that should have been his main focus.
But no.
You know, like, and it's funny, because, like, his son, what happened, basically they get in a car crash and they're kids. And, you know, Captain Mitchell is Captain Mitchell, da-da-da. And they're hanging off this cliff. Now, Diabolical comes in like a spirit form, and, you know, his son is hanging on his leg. And he's hanging on the branch with his daughter.
Yeah.
And his son's gonna drop, so Diabolical's like, "Hey, I will save your son, but he's gonna live with me until his 20th birthday." And he's like, "Fuck you, I ain't doing that." And then his son drops, and he's like, "All right, save him." And he didn't see him at all for 20 fucking years. You know what I mean? So he comes back. You know, 2 episodes becomes good, and then it's like he goes off on a fucking sabbatical. Like, where's the time, like, of, like, father and son? You know what I mean? Like,
where's
he doesn't
the
even
fishing
know
montage?
Yeah, exactly. Where's them having a catch that they never fucking did? You know what I mean? Like,
playing
catch. That was bad writing to me. You know what I mean? Like, they could have utilized it so much more. Like, because the second he turned good, he went away, and they were like, okay, you know, like, they knew each other. Like, bitch, you didn't even know your son.
Yeah, like, you don't know what he looks like when he's older. He don't look like you.
The Diabolical should have been more in his ear.
Yeah.
Egging him on, like, I was there for you. I'm your father. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm
that
your
would have been
papi.
That would have been dope, man. That would have been a better route than what we got.
That would have been like fucking Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, exactly. It would have been so good, bro.
He would have been a Yondu.
Mary Poppins, yo.
Talking about villains, I guess we'll list our villains. We had Queen Benshira, we had Prince Olympus and Impulse. We had Diabolical.
He started off as Impulse.
Impulse, yeah. Diabolical, Loki, Vampira.
Loki.
It was Loki.
Loki.
It's spelled
that was
Loki.
It's spelled Loki, but it's
Loki.
Loki.
I don't know how Loki feels about that.
Well,
Vampira.
If you notice, Power Rangers does bite off of Greek mythology a lot. So
Vipera, which I loved.
I like her too, but
she's different in Sentai.
She was an American. Yeah, she was an American version. So we didn't flaunt her body like Sentai would have.
No.
She had a nice belly. And everything, but you know, the Japanese culture really knows how to spin a gorgeous woman.
I will say this early. I think she looked better than the one in Sentai.
Well, I think she's gorgeous. That's just me. You know what I mean? Like, she's up there.
No, I'm actually, like, I saw a little bit, and I saw her, and they're I think the American one looks better. She's
Well,
more
I haven't seen
fulfilled.
it yet.
She's more filled in her outfit.
Yeah, but now all these monsters, they were stuck in this chest, which is limbo. It's like the entrance to limbo. And how long were they in there for? They were in there for like 5,000 years.
It's always like 5,000, 10,000 years.
Yeah, like what the hell are they doing?
That's the normal. That's the norm of Power Rangers.
I felt like they were just in there doing the electric slide for fucking 5,000 years. You know what I mean? Like, I thought that whole limbo world was crazy. I thought that was a good touch. But out of the villains, who shined and
Diabolical definitely.
Diabolical
definitely shined because he was.
I liked Olympus too.
I liked Olympus. I liked Prince Olympus. He was cocky as shit too.
Hell yeah, he was, because he started off as Impus,
yeah,
and then he stole Diabolical's life.
Yeah.
And Diabolical died.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they ended up going into limbo and bringing him back.
Yeah.
Which is fucking awesome. Like, that was so good. Like, the villains kicked ass in this season, man. They really did.
They had so much drama within each other, and then also when Queen Bear Shira came on, they also had, like, trying to team up to get her out of the fucking picture as well. And
exactly. She was turning, she was fucking, she was like, fuck my son. You know what I mean? Like,
I know. I was like, God damn.
Her son was, Prince Olympus. And then she was like, yeah, he was going to end up fucking trying to stab me in the back anyway, so fuck him.
There was a lot of backstabbing. There was a lot of backstabbing. There was a lot of, like...
Everybody backstabbed.
Yeah. And it was great. It's what made the show entertainment.
Except for Lokai. Lokai always stayed loyal to Diabolical.
Yeah.
And Viper just floated around. You know what I mean? She did what was best for her, but... She was more of like the side chick.
She was like I'll say like Scorpina in a way.
Yeah, but Scorpina kicked ass.
Yeah, she got her ass kicked a lot.
Yeah, she definitely did. I would have smacked that booty.
And the battlings were their putties.
I loved them, and I told you at work the idea of what would be a good cosplay.
Yeah.
Was that we take all the army guys, the putties as we put it.
Yeah.
And we take one from each season.
Yeah.
And all go into Comic-Con like that. That would be dope. If we ever get a Comic-Con back.
Yeah. I said I'll do space.
I wouldn't mind being a Batwing. That or a Piranhatron. I wouldn't mind being a Piranhatron.
I will take I'll take space because they have more armor. They cover my giblets.
The colorful ones from which Sentai?
Turbo. Oh no, yeah, it was Car Ranger.
Car Ranger. They were fucking awesome.
Domo.
Yep. They had the best exit video ever.
No, that was Kaku Ranger.
Well, the Car Ranger, they had like it looked like Mario Kart at the end.
Yes, so yeah, it was
And then it went from like Mario Kart to like a luau.
It was a Kaku Ranger, yeah. A Kaku Ranger was Dora. Yeah,
no, it was good stuff.
I love that ending. That's like one of my favorite endings.
I think Diabolical, looking wise, his whole story and everything like that, like even the Rangers defended him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, even when Diabolical died again, the second time he gets killed, even Carter's like, no, he didn't deserve that. Like, motherfucker, yes, he did. Just because he tried to help you out, because it's like the lesser of two evils he chose, he's still a fucking bad guy. He's still a monster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it was like all forgotten and forgiven. Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
But Diabolic was badass. He definitely was.
He was a fun character. I enjoyed him. I think that was probably one of my favorite parts of the series was the villain. So
I liked Queen Van Shira too. I thought she was pretty cool.
Oh, she was fucking evil as shit.
Well, their main thing was sucking life forms out of people, so they could get her back into her bodily form. You know what I mean? Because she was just floating around in like this thing. It was kind of weird, but she looked badass. Like, I can't wait to dive down into the Sentai for it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's gonna be a visually beautiful show.
Yeah. And yeah, you also got a gist of that with the big team up too, for how she works.
Yeah. We also had that Finster looking dude.
Yeah.
Jinxer. Jinxer was pretty cool too. I liked him. I liked him when he took his glasses off because he looked like an Asian monster. You know, like the eyes are big.
Yeah.
When you're wearing the glasses, then you lift up the glasses and like really squinty.
Yeah.
I thought that was a clever little mix, you know. But those are our villains.
Yep.
This was definitely a villain show. You know what I mean? If any of you listeners out there like a show where, you know, the villains are more dominant, this is definitely the season to watch.
We did talk about.
Just like you said with Car Ranger. Car Ranger, the same thing. The villains were everything. You know?
Yeah.
I miss her.
Zonette. When are we gonna get you again? We haven't got another.
She needs to come. I hope they bring her back in the later seasons.
I really hope so too. But it looks like she's not, because I looked at her IMDb.
Oh, I looked at her other videos.
Yeah.
Softcore porn.
And then well, we got a couple of good ones in Sentai so far. Because we also got the chick from last season too. She got big boobs.
Yeah, and she watched her videos as well.
Yes.
Good stuff.
That's the dark side of the MorphinCast.
That's the adult side. Kids, cover your
that'll
earmuffs.
probably be a side episode. The dark side.
The dark side of Power Rangers.
The Cinemax of the MorphinCast.
Skinemax.
Anyway, we talked about the Zords. The train Zord.
So let's go. Yeah, let's go. Well, yeah, the train Zord. All the other ones, they're really not even worth the mention.
The weapons, I guess. They're not.
What I did like is that, you know, they had like an ultimate mode, sort of like in Space.
Yeah.
You know, like they had to hit like 981 or something like that, and then they got like the copter gun thing strapped to them. I liked how multiple Rangers were allowed to do that.
Yeah.
But I don't think there was really any crazy standout like weapons. You know what I mean? Like,
no, they had like the big blaster. They had the typical Power Ranger weapons. I did like the morph sequence.
Yeah, I didn't mind it. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, that's the one thing of the suits. Oh, the suits. That was the thing. The suits.
Yeah.
I still don't like the suits.
I don't like it at all, and I'm going to refer back to our first cast. Yeah. It looks like the Umbrella Corporation.
It does.
You know what I mean? Like, the helmets were horrible. The only thing I like about the helmets is how the visor goes down.
Yeah.
That is it. That is the only thing I like about them. There's no mouth. They just look like a stop sign on a helmet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's sort of like Zeo, but Zeo was better.
Yeah. I agree with that. Yeah, I did like this. I did like the morph sequence. Titanium, I just couldn't stand that Ranger. I didn't like the way it looked. I just didn't like it. I thought it was.
It looked American.
It looked boring. It looked
like, yo, we're gonna make the most badass Ranger ever, and flop, fell at the waist.
I guess we could go into the episodes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any written down, but there is some certain specific ones that really, you know.
So, I had an issue with the team up.
Oh, I have a lot of issues with the team up.
I have a lot of issues with the team up. I didn't care. I'll say that was probably a fun episode as in just watching it, but if you actually really go deep into the story and just listen to what they're doing and see what they're doing, it just makes you like, what the fuck y'all doing?
Like, it was bad, but it was cool to see Trakina again.
Yeah, it was cool to see her again, even though you didn't see her face because it was different actors.
Yeah, well, they covered her face. She was supposed to be that lizard dude.
Mm-hmm.
But she got blown up in Lost Galaxy, so I don't even understand how she's even doing that. One, that was one bug of mine. Two, get it, bug. Dropping puns out here. Yeah, exactly.
Waka waka waka.
Waka waka. What I hated was the light the quasar sabers.
Yeah.
Why does Leo have a quasar saber?
Well,
they put it back in the stones.
Yeah.
They were done.
Yeah.
That means there was no more Rangers. They weren't Rangers anymore.
So he picked it back up.
They can't. It was done and over with.
But he went back and grabbed the sword.
Listen, man. Fuck that. Right?
And then all the other ones. I was mad that it was a Carone. I was mad that it was Kendrick. Like, what the fuck you doing here?
Well, Carone probably, I don't know. She was a better Ranger.
I was like, you don't go here no more. What the fuck you doing?
But in all respect, she beat cancer at this time. You know what I mean? So that's the reason why she wasn't able to finish the show and be in the show, because of her cancer.
Yeah.
A diagnosis. That's what brought Carone in. So we weren't even probably supposed to get Carone at all. You know what I mean?
Happy we did.
Oh yeah, we definitely did. I loved her, and she was the best part of Lost Galaxy.
Yeah.
But yeah, once again, it was just a failed attempt. They could have done so much better, and it was a two-parter.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had to stop Trakina and blah blah blah.
But I didn't care. Like the dude, that monster, he looked cross-eyed. Like he had like one lazy eye to the other side.
He needed glasses.
He was like, I didn't destroy you, but I can't take you serious because your eyes crossed and you fucking with me.
Look at me straight when I'm talking to
you. But yeah, just the team.
He was probably picked on a lot as a kid.
I remember listening to our cast, and I actually really enjoyed the team up. I did enjoy the team up for what it was, but if I went depth into the story, I didn't care for it.
Nah, it was a flop. I didn't care for it. A couple episodes that I did enjoy off the top of my head was when Diabolical got killed and they brought him back. I thought that was really cool.
That was good.
They went into limbo. I thought that was a good thing of episodes. I liked how Impus took his light force and then turned into, Prince Olympius.
Yeah.
Olympus.
So that was 16 and 17.
I thought those were pretty good episodes.
Yeah. I didn't care about the Titanium Rangers. All his episodes, I just didn't care. And this cheap ass tattoo.
They failed.
I'll say.
Could have been a lot better.
I'll say from 36 up was good.
Oh yeah, you were glued to it at that time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's what Power Rangers do, especially in Sentai. You know what I mean? Like Sentai, usually like the last 10 to 15 episodes balls to the wall.
Yeah.
And you said before we even started this cast, like there was a lot of filler episodes. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that we didn't need.
Yeah, but that is what it is. And again, like we're not the crowd they want these shows to be. We are 30-year-old people drinking beers and talking about Power Rangers. So
definitely drinking beers. I tell you that much.
I am not drinking Agonita this week. I'm drinking Voodoo Ranger.
I apologize to our listeners out there, and to Lagunitas themselves. I am a failure. I failed you.
Well, you haven't sponsored us, so I don't care.
I've been drinking a lot of hazy IPAs lately, so
yeah.
A couple of these things get you right.
Yeah, I got Voodoo Ranger.
Like you said, 36 to 40 was really good. I always hate how they always have like a bad Ranger episode. You know what I mean? Like that storyline is getting really old.
You're gonna have that. You have that in every single season.
I know, like literally, but it's getting old as hell. You know what I mean? For people like us who binge watch it on a monthly basis, tired of seeing the same repetitive thing.
Get
you
creative.
Know what I mean? Like get us something new. Like it's a perfect example in what Turbo.
Yeah.
They were mechanical ones and they were just observing them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it was so weird. It was stupid.
It was stupid. And then let's not forget the Zed Rangers.
Yeah, they were the worst.
You know what's crazy? If you actually look at the comic book, the Zed Rangers now are are Rita, the blue dude and Squat and Babu, Goldar and Finster. Those are the Zed Rangers. They actually gave them power coins, and they actually have full fucking suits. It's actually pretty fucking dope.
That is actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
We should get some lightning, Hasbro lightnings of Babu and
Squat and Babu. I want every, going into the toys, the toy. I'm disappointed with a lot of the repeats that they're doing. As in, you're getting Psycho Rangers all over again.
I love David Yost's reaction to his toy.
Yeah.
He was like, "Yeah, I look good with my helmet on, but you take my helmet off, I look like Austin Powers."
He does.
It looks exactly like Austin Powers.
He does look like Billy.
Does the swords make you horny, baby? Does it make you randy?
I'm gonna have a Triceratops. Oh damn! What was it? Yeah, I just feel like they're reusing a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we should do a whole cast on the toys.
Yeah, no, we could do that.
We talk about them a lot because, hey, man, I don't mind talking about them because that is a very, like, an active thing that I go and do on a normal basis.
Yeah.
Like, once or twice a week, I go to the store looking for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's always constantly in my head, and my wallet is constantly being emptied.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I like what they're doing. I like that they're putting effort into making new ones. I wish they just go more in depth in making new characters instead of repeating shit. Like we didn't need another Zed. You know what I mean? Yeah,
unless
you was gonna like change Zed a little bit in that sense. Like if the married Zed.
The only repeat that I like is the Gold Ranger.
Yeah, because it was a different character. Even though it was the same toy, it just had a different head.
Probably a lot of people's heads.
Yeah, it was just a different head. But like Zed, if you're gonna bring him back, at least like chrome him up, like fucking shine him up, make him look a little more different, look a little different.
Put some of those tube things on him.
Yeah, make him red, make him like redder because he was angry.
Make him look like the movie Zed.
Yeah, you could do that too. There's a lot of things you could do with that. Anyway, so Lightspeed. Yeah, the last 4 episodes, I actually thought it had a great ending. I thought the storyline of the ending was cool. I liked the ending when they were like all powerless and they all saw fire and they all just were like, all right, let's go. And they did it as a natural thing, even though Joel didn't really want to, but he was like, fuck, I gotta go.
Joel's funny. He was a funny dude.
Yeah, I think he was my favorite Ranger. I think he had the most personality, and he was just.
I don't think I have a favorite Ranger, to be honest with you.
In this series,
Fairweather. I think Fairweather was cool.
I think she was a good character too.
I think she was probably the best character in the show. I just liked how she kept like shitting on Joel and like misleading him, but that was Joel misleading him. You know what I mean? Like, but that interaction, like their chemistry together, was awesome.
Yeah,
I thought they played very well into that. And to see an interracial couple, in Power Rangers is pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Go Power Rangers.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, like the season itself. So the verdict of this season.
I mean, I liked it. It was good. It lacked in things that it shouldn't have lacked in. Like they should have put more focus into that. But the ups were really high. Like the villains were amazing. I love the villains.
Yeah.
I like the chemistry of the Rangers together, but individually they were horrible. I didn't really like them like that.
Yeah.
Overall story, major fillers. Could have definitely used more evil Titanium Ranger. That could have been like this season's Green Ranger. You know what I mean? And fuck shit up. You know what I mean? And he wouldn't have been under a spell. He would have just been born and raised to be that way. You know what I mean? Maybe we could have got down the lines of what a Diabolical, how he raised him. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
obviously he took care of him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he probably was a father figure to him.
Yeah, maybe he would. Maybe we would show more emotion towards him as well. Like, maybe if he actually had a connection in that sense, it made more sense and that stuff. The fact that he raised him, I raised you. God damn it!
I'm your father.
I'm your papi.
You never call me dad. That's all I ever wanted was for you to call me dad.
Daddy.
Oh man, but what like out of 5?
Out of 5.
What would you rate?
I guess it's a 3.5.
3.5. I give it a 3. 3.5 is pushing it. The Rangers need to be better for that half part. For that half point. You know what I mean? Because they're supposed to be the main focus.
Yeah.
And the villains were the main focus. The villains were fucking awesome.
You know what? You're right.
But
I'll give it a 3.
Yeah, I don't want to be too lenient on that. Like that's a firm. You know what I mean? And it's funny because what we agree upon, the consensus of other reviews out there are the complete opposite.
Yeah. They
love the Rangers and hate the villains.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I know that our opinion is the right one.
I like to be a different. I don't like to follow people. I like to be our own leader.
For me, I'm not even following nothing. This is just my taste.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You can agree to disagree with me. And in my eyes, you're not going to change shit.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. So
I think we should get a diabolical toy as well, because the diabolical toy would be badass.
we need to figure a diabolical and maybe a Vampira. Oh, what was his name? Viper.
Yeah, Viper. She would be good.
I want a figure of her.
There's not enough. They haven't put out enough villains.
Or females.
You know. Well, they got what? 3?
3.
Yeah. Well, yeah, 3, right?
Only 3.
No, we got Kim, Trini.
And Kim.
Got the other Kim.
3.
Yeah. Definitely more.
Only 3. We need more females. I want to see.
Well, Arita's coming out, so that's Arita.
Well, she's not out yet, so until then, she don't count until she's actually there. I want to see Jen. I need Jen. I do need Jen. I need Jen before any other female ranger.
Yeah, I agree. I that and Tori. I'll take Tori from Ninja Storm.
I'll take Tori. I'll take it. Honestly, I'll take a lot of the females. Like, I like a lot of the female rangers. I will take Kinsley. I will take Miss what's her name from for Dino Charge, the purple.
Oh yeah. I love her. What? I forget her name though. She's so awesome.
Yeah.
It starts with a K.
Miss Kinsley.
No.
Kinsley.
No, it's
I don't know.
Kendall.
Miss Kendall.
Kendall Martin.
Yeah.
Kendall Martin.
Yeah. I will take the Dino
She's
Charge.
Amazing. She's one of the goats, man. She's one of the best females.
Yeah.
In all of Power Rangers, and I love her.
And Jen is the.
Yeah, she's the goat.
Yeah.
She's
and I would like to see something of her. I would like to see I would like to see Kara. I would like to see who else?
Yo, they should. Yo, you want to know what would be crazy? I just thought of this. If Hasbro did Arita with the White Witch.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Tell me not, because it would be both her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That would be pretty cool.
And
that was the last thing that she filmed before she passed away.
Yeah. I want a Casey.
Just give us everything.
Yes. I want more females. Make more females. We need astronomer.
Yes. And you can change her hair. That would be awesome.
She should have like 3 heads. With different hairs.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes. So, other than that, we can wrap this up.
Yeah, I think we've said enough.
Yes.
About the show. I'm happy we're past it.
Yeah.
Because now we get to go to a pretty good season, I would say.
Of the Sentai.
And I'm excited. Yeah. Well, after that, but Time Force is after.
Time Force, yes. So, debating on the time slot when Beast Morphers comes to Netflix in the full 2 seasons. There may be a break between that and Time Force, or we'll probably just do Time Force and Time Ranger before we go to Beast Morphers, and that'll be the kind of like the ending of Saban, and then going into Disney again.
Okay. Well, we'll play it by ear.
Yeah, we'll see what it is.
Any of you listeners out there have any suggestions? Put it in the comments below.
Yes. Definitely stay tuned. Next cast for July will be Go-Go Rangers, Go-Go 5, which is the Super Sentai of Lightspeed Rescue. We'll be reviewing and giving a verdict to that. Then we have Time Force and Time Ranger, which is the equivalents of the two. So, and then Beast Morphers we're going to try to get to as well. So there's a lot of things going on, but for now, next episode of the MorphinCast will be Go-Go 5, and I'm actually looking forward to it.
Oh, I'm definitely looking forward to it too.
So we're gonna say goodbye to you guys. This is the MorphinCast. I am Rick the Mike. He's Tenacious T. The shout outs we'll give it to. I'll let you go. You're gonna
yes,
Game
always shout out to Game On, a retro video game store based on Long Island, out in Setauket, and also out in Villa Place. You can check them out on Facebook at Game On. Also, they have a website, GameOnMP.com, which gives you more of a background of how they've come to be. You can't really purchase anything off of there, but they have been doing phone calls and they have been shipping. So you can look up their information. Always a shout out to Tristan, who is the owner, a good friend of mine. Support local business, and they are the shit. So always a shout out to them. Shout out to the Max.
Yes.
An avid listener of ours. Shout out to Sal the Drunk Yeti.
Yep.
Who is a video game streamer.
Yes.
Does some pretty good stuff out there. Definitely go and give him a check out.
He has a different name on his Twitch. Let me get his name. I think it's like Yeti Time or some shit like that. Anyway. But yeah.
I call him Sally Beebs.
Yeah, it's Sally Beebs. I just want to get his correct name so we can shout it out. Yeah, it's like this. It's Yeti Time, so like that. I'll put the link on the bottom below. Definitely check out check that out. Follow all our social medias. We have Twitter, we have Tumblr, we have Instagram, SoundCloud, YouTube, Twitch TV, all Mark with the Mic. We have Facebook page, the Cyclone Inc. and the Wrestling Babble pages. We are very active on those. Check out Red Cyclone Inc. They are active in every single one of those as well. Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, WordPress, Facebook, and the Tumblr, all Red Cyclone Inc. Follow all our shows. Not a Trekkie, the MorphinCast, the Shell Shock Podcast, the Games Array Podcast, and Get Spit I Swear, and the Wrestling Battle Podcast, which are weekly podcasts. Definitely check all of those out. Peace out, laters, and always remember, fuck Zordon.